All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in again. This is my next update on the Triumph Scrambler build. You can see the tank here. We got that out at a shop to have it repainted. Some custom paint work on that baby. Get it looking brand new again. I took the front end apart just to, I wanted to check the bearings. I wanted to check the forks, make sure they were straight. Painted some parts. Just a kind of a custom look. I was going for more of a textured paint, but this is the way it kind of came out. It's kind of a grayish black. I hated that backlight, so I got a new one. It's a way lower profile. It's still LED, and I think it looks cooler. I also wanted to replace those big old blinkers with some smaller ones. I've got some more footage of that, but that's what it looks like. A lot smaller, has some kind of cool display with it. And then I put on this plastic fender and the Karoo 3 tire. Here's the update. So as a super quick recap of the things that I've done since I got the bike, I actually pulled the forks off. I wanted to make sure that they were 100% straight and there were no problems with the forks at all because the front end had taken a hit. I wanted to make sure that's actually really good. I took them apart. Pulled the triple clamps off. I repacked all the bearings to make sure that those were packed properly. They were a little light on the grease, but it's, from stock, they're a little bit light on the grease. So I put a little bit better grease in the bearings, both top and bottom. Let's see, I replaced these blinkers because I thought these were a little bit cooler. They kind of blink outwards as they blink. And then the fender, I went with a plastic. This is more of a supermoto fender rather than the aluminum fender. Let's see, tire, new tire. This is the Karoo 3 tire. Got one on the front and one on the back. And let's see, what else have I done? So quickly, I redid the paint on this. I was going for a textured look. It's barely textured though. Almost makes, it's a paint, but it's it's a heavier duty paint. So hopefully that won't scratch. That's why I use that paint. It's called like hammered type paint, and I'm just going to test it out and see how that works. On the inside here, if you can tell, it's sort of gold and red, and I was kind of going for it to make it sort of look like it's hot. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I redid the paint on this just to make it look perfect. This one I was going for the same textured look. It's really hard to see. It just kind of looks like it's orange peel instead of textured. So I'm not sure I'm 100% excited about that. I want it to be more textured than that, but this is supposed to be more durable than a standard paint. On the exhaust, I went with more of a brushed aluminum, but it's not aluminum. Of course, this is stainless steel, brushed stainless steel look, rather than the standard. And I may actually do a slash cut on these just because they do have some scratches. And if I want to I was either going to replace them. So before I replace them, once the bike's running, I may do a slash cut on these, see what they sound like, see what they look like, put a stainless steel wire mesh in them before I go ahead and go any further. The next thing I did is this was gold. Let's see if you can see that. Yep. So this part here, the old chain cover and brake reservoir cover, was gold, and now it's a textured black. You can see that it's a little bit more like the engine cases. And then I left these gold because these are powder coated, and if I do the texture paint, they'll just wear off. So I left this gold as well. And that is the look of the bike right now. There's no tank, no seat on there. Things that are coming really quick. I noticed that, so even though this foot peg is not bent or broken, but you can see a little bit of a scar here. So I actually checked and pulled this brake assembly off, and there's a small crack in this little assembly here, and so I've ordered a new one. It's really has quite a bit of leverage on it. There's a bolt down here and a bolt here that hold the whole mechanism on, and this entire piece has leverage. So if this ever gets hit, It's very likely that the upper bolt in here, where that is mounted, is pretty thin, so that can get cracked. I wanted to check it, and of course it had a small crack in it, so I'm replacing it. And let's see, go around this side. Nothing to see. I actually pulled the airbox part just to check the air filter. It looks like it's brand new, so there's no grime, dirt, or anything in there. We're still waiting for parts. I actually ordered a new seat cover, so that'll be coming quite soon. New seat cover's coming, and that's because this one has this little hole in it here, hole in it there, and a little slice in it there. So we're going to go with a black classic looking seat cover. Hey, and I found this. I can't get it out of the box. Oh my gosh. This is Gill, and it's basically a dry bag. Oh, but it opens at the top. Gosh, let's see here. Here we go. So it's a Gill bag. That's, people that sail will know this brand. And it is a dry bag that opens at the top. That's going to go on the back here once the seat's on there. And if you notice these seats, if you have one of these, let's go back down in here. And from the factory, they put these mounts all around the seat, and those are attached into the seat pan. So when you pull these out, you can attach a bag across the back. So that's what I'm going to do with the dry bag there. It's got some rings here for mounts, and we'll strap that on the back for some extra luggage, and then we'll probably do a luggage rack on the back on just this side, so it'll be the dry bag and that'll be my storage. Folks, that is the update so far. Still waiting on parts. So as soon as parts come in, we'll do more of an update. Cheers! Here's a quick shot of that rack I'm thinking of putting on the back. Hey, if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button if you want to get notified of the next video coming out next Friday.